It's apricot season again in Armenia. The trees are loaded with apricots this year. Really good crop. So we're headed down to what is the center of apricot production in Armenia, which is the Ararat Valley, around the village of Dvin, Dvin, Arevshat, and so forth and so on, to see how the crop is doing, to see who the customers are, and what's happening to all those apricots. We'll find out. Our first program on Թիմը, գնում գյուղ was about apricots, and already we're back in an apricot orchard, this time in a different place. That a year ago it was in Dvin. Now we're in Dvin, and we've come here to meet a man by the name of Levon. He is the owner of the apricot field you see behind me, and these are his ladies feverishly working to pick and sort the apricots. So, Levon, how many acres or how many hectares of apricot fields do you have?
1 hectare.
1 hectare.
1 hectare. Okay, and how many trees are on that hectare?
1 hectare մեջ 300.
300 trees. And is how many kilos of fruit can you get from those 300 trees?
Դե նայած տարի, որ տարին որ բարենպաստ ալնում, շատ ալնում, որ տարին ցրտահարություն կամ բարենպաստ չինում, քիչ ալնում։ Ասեն գարունը ծաղկի ժամանակ ցուրտ ալնում, այս ծիրանի սորտեր կա, որ խաչաձև փոշոտում ա ուզում։ Մեղուն փոշոտում չի կատարում, ծաղկումա չի պալում։ Այդ ժամանակ ցուրտ ալնում։ Մեղուն չի աշխատում, պետք է պարտադիր փոշոտում կատարվի։
Okay, so a cold late spring delays the development of the apricots, I assume, is what you're saying. I heard that some people that it's been difficult to find pickers this year because the crop is so big. Is that true?
Աշխատող ուժը դժվար է այսօր, որովհետև շատ է, ասենք իրան ծառները, խաղողները, բերքավակը շատ է, աշխատողները քիչ են։
Okay, and who is the customer for your apricots?
Գնողները տարբեր մարդիկ են, կան մարդիկ, որ չենք էլ ճանաչում։ Գյուղից էլ կան գնողներ, դրսից էլ եկողներ կան, շատ առնողներ կան, բայց մենք չենք էլ ճանաչում շատերը։
And do you export to Russia as well? A lot of people export to Russia, huh?
Անձամբ մենք չենք արտահանում, մենք մշակում ենք, արտահանողներ կան, որ արտահանում են։ Մոսկվայան, Ռուսաստան են տանում։ Համի ներկայացության էսի Ռուսաստան է, Մոսկվայա։
Is that under a contract, or do they just drive into town with their truck and ask to buy your apricots, or is there a piece of paper, a contract for that, or is there just a history between you that you will sell your apricots to that client in Russia?
Պահանջարկ կա, գալի առնում են, պայմանագիր ոչ մեկի հետ չունենք։
Yeah, a very informal system. Wow, that's interesting. And the price of the apricots. I heard that the apricots ripen first in a village near here called Suravan, and that the price of those first apricots is sets the standards for the whole season. Is that correct?
Ճիշտ է։ Մոտավորապես ընդերից է գալի գինը։ Ընդերից մի քիչ ցածր գին մեր մոտ նալու։ Իրանց մոտ շուտ է հասնում, գինը կարգավորվում է, ընդերից գալիս է մի քիչ իջնում է։
So if I take this seed from this apricot that I ate, which is very delicious by the way, and I plant it in a pot on my balcony in Yerevan, next year I will have an apricot tree? This apricot is from a grafted tree where two species of apricot trees have been grafted together. It produces a bigger, sweeter fruit, and it has a pit that looks like this. Now, the non-grafted one has a fruit that looks like this, or like that, and the seed looks like that. So you can see the difference. And he says that if I put that in a pot of earth on my balcony, it won't grow, but if I put this one on it, it will grow. Okay, I've just been told that the reason they still even grow these little ones, the natural purebred, is for the purpose of pollination. The pollination, for every 10 of these trees, they need one of these trees in the orchard in order to make the fruit at all blossom on all of the trees. So that explains why, even though they don't sell this fruit, they don't eat this fruit, they need to have 10% of these trees in the orchard. Interesting. Learn something new every day. even about apricots. Having just been in the apricot fields just outside of the village of Dvin, we've come into town to see how a lot of the villagers are actually making little refrigeration units in their homes, in their garages, in their basements in order to extend the life of the season of their fruits that they pick in order to get a higher price later on. Moshe is one of these people in the village of Dvin here. Moshe, you've built this entire refrigeration unit yourself. This is normal styrofoam, sheets of styrofoam, about an inch thick or so. And they've got on the inside, they look like old radiator elements. Where are those elements from? What were they originally?
Սրանք օգտագործած հին բանի սառնարանների բաներն են, սեկցիաներն են։
Okay, and then those old refrigerator units from old industrial refrigerator of some kind with a bit of styrofoam and connected to a very old air conditioning unit down here. So what can you estimate your total investment in this? Is this a big investment for you or
Բակվիկ հին կոնդիցիոներներն են սրանք, որը օգտագործած շատ էժան գներով վաճառում են։
So with very cheap means, he is able to extend the life of his fruits and vegetables. Which fruits and vegetables do you put in here?
Ամեն տեսակ հիմնականում մրգեր են, տանց խնձոր եւ խաղող։
Okay, amazing. So anything, yeah, you can make it. I knew that in Armenian village, the tradition is to have an earth underground unit, a little cool cellar in a way, to have apples and maybe pears because those are the harder fruits. But things like tomatoes and grapes and apricots, the softer fruits, I'm surprised that you can make this work all year round. So that's quite an achievement for quite a little bit of investment. This is really ingenious work being done by villagers to increase their profit. And how many houses approximately in this village are doing something similar to this? Do most people do this or is it just a few? 3,000 people in Dvin, so that means about how many families? That's about 500, 600, 700, 800 families or so. Okay, that's a small percentage actually in the village. Well, Moshe, I think this is great. It's an ingenious way using very little money to really make more money, actually, to extend the season for your fruits and vegetables. Congratulations. And in the village of Arevshat, just down the road from Dvin, where the apricots are being picked, is a fruit drying facility. Now, while most of the apricots of high quality are exported to Russia, Moscow in particular, the ones that are not as high quality end up in the market here, either as being sold fresh for a lower price in Yerevan or end up being dried like it is here. So, tell me, who is the market for your dried fruit? Where is the market? In Arevshat? Is it a supermarket chain or just whoever wants to buy? Okay. And how many kilos of dried fruit do you produce in a year?
Ֆինանսապես այդքան չեն կարողանում դրա մեջ ներդրում պիտի դնես որ այս ծիրան օրինակ մերն է որ միրգը մենք ունենք անում ենք որը չէ եթե կարողանում ենք խառնում ենք եթե չէ Հայաստանում շուկա կա մենք կարանք տեղիրացնենք խանութներ շուկաներ դուրս են տանում կան մարդիկ մեզանից վերցնում են բայց պետք է ունենանք հնարավորություն ֆինանսապես մեզ հիմա կոնկրետ այս պայն ես ֆինանսան եղություն տալ
Interesting. So what we have is the lesser quality fruit. Even if they don't get as high a price for it in the market, they can still make something out of it. The juice, the preserves, even as fresh fruits in the markets, but a lot of it also goes into dried fruits that you'll find in the supermarkets in Yerevan. It's just incredible that the market is there. We hear this time and time again on the fruits and vegetables, that the market is there if they could only produce more. So don't tell me that there's no potential in Armenia. That is the road that apricots like this are shipped out from the Ararat Valley behind those trees over there and all the way up to Russia. What a great day it's been finding out where the precious Armenian apricot grows and is dried and made into juice and is eaten by people that appreciate them, like me. That's good.